Okay, well, we'll run through this basic starter quest, which I'm just going to repeat here. It's called, I think it's Heyton's Rest, something like that. Let's see what it's called. What's happened? Heyton Rest. Let's repeat it. Okay, so this is the one of the very first ones you should probably do. It's in this little starter, little instance right here. So it's going to go inside here. Leave it on normal. The only reason why it says hard and elite is because I completed it multiple times with other characters in the past. I'm going to turn some of the Dungeon Master audio down just a little bit. About like that.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke
So the
of,
goal isn't
and by
really
the
to
passage leading in,
play the whole game for you. It's actually to show you some of these original early tricks that you can do when you're not playing a rogue and things like that to maximize your gameplay, combat tricks. Let's see here. Let's talk to him. Get this to open this. Okay.
Strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open and you notice something strange about the wall to the west. If you search the wall, you may discover more.
So that's the icon they use to warn you out with a secret door. Is this like arch with a little exclamation point on top of it? That's when you want to have your little search key bound to something.
Strange about the wall to
It'll
the west.
keep repeating this as you leave the area until you find it. We're going to do a little quick search. Boom, there it is.
Kind of secret door in the wall.
Open that up.
This is a dark and dusty
You could sit there and bust these
passage.
open if you want to, but we're going to skip
Doesn't
that.
look like anyone's come through here in decades.
Now, if you take your time, you're playing by yourself, you have a headset on, like listen to the Dungeon Master stuff. I'm just trying to get you to some like gameplay tips. I'm not trying to burn through the game fast or anything, but I don't want you to sit there and watch me listen to the Dungeon Master. But this is a section I want to show you some tricks you can do, right?
There's something odd on the wall, possibly dangerous. If you search, you may be able to find out
So
more.
let's do a search.
You found the triggering
I see this little
mechanism for some
white
sort of trap
trail
in
and a
this
big
room.
highlighter
It would
here,
take
and there's
someone
a
trained
switch
as
on the
a
ground
rogue
too,
or
and you got a
architect
chest
to
here. Now this is warning me that there's danger, right? See that trap icon with the exclamation point? So you've seen the arch symbol to mean there's a secret door. Now you've seen this little gray bear trap symbol with exclamation, means there's a trap, right? Now you're not playing a rogue. This is a little ranger here. So what can we do? Well, we did a search, right? And it revealed this control panel. But if we were rogue, we would be able to disarm it. Or if we were multi-classing as a thief, we could disarm it, but we can't. So we click it all day long, nothing will happen. So if you run through this, you're gonna, trap will go off, right? Gate slams closed up there. Let's hit this button here, a lever, open the gate back up. And as you start running through here, this acid trap goes off, and it's going to be a reflex save. So if you go here and go, hey, what's going on? Let me just try to play with the chest. The trap will go off and it'll burn you, right? So in this situation, it takes a few seconds to reset. So say you just ran up here and start interacting with the trap, you're going to have this, take some damage at low levels. That's pretty nasty. So let's give that a second to reset, and I'll show you a trick you can do. And this is true of a lot of the traps when you aren't playing a thief. You can start inching closer, wait for the trap to basically go off, and get a little closer until you get the interact button, and then interact and take the things out of the chest. And just click take all, and then come back out. Now, anytime you get loot like that, you want to open your inventory and take a look. Say, okay, would this be beneficial to me? You can drag this anywhere you want. When you mouse over it, I'm not wearing any. You can double click to equip this, and I got the bonus from this. This is just, a +2 to intimidate, and that's not that big of a deal, but every time you get a piece of gear, it could be benefit. Now, this trap is still active, never been turned off. I'm gonna wait for it to get on firing, and then I'm gonna run past. Most of the traps in the game are set that way, where they're not a be-all, end-all tomb of horrors thing where you can't get past it or you're gonna die. Now we see this chest up here, up ahead. That switch open and close these gates here. So there's someone there, and they're in there talking. You could try sneaking, right? You may find that a lot of these enemies will spot you if you're not really a rogue, and some of them will not. See this little icon of the eyeball? That means I was spotted. This means I'm not spotted. Now they've seen me. So this trap is not reset. You could go like this. You could come in here, make the trap go off, and then go around the corner and have them come try to find you and have them run through the trap, but it hasn't reset yet, right? So the AI has some kind of crappy pathfinding. Just gonna get rid of him. This guy's gonna chase me forever and shoot at me, right? The reason why I'm taking 0 damage is you'll notice in the upper left-hand corner, I have still the buff from the initial tutorial where I'm like, don't take any damage. So we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of him, okay? Okay, now the trap's still active, so trigger it, and then run past. Now, if you were playing a thief, one was facing one way, one was facing the other. You could have, maybe snuck up on them and stabbed them in the back. These chests in this dungeon are, of course, just explaining, bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage, which makes a difference. I don't really need this item. I'm not going to use it. Here's a door here. This passageway goes that way. Take some time to keep an eye on your map. It's like, okay, if I need to see a little bit bigger, I can make it bigger like this and drag it around. It doesn't allow you to zoom. That's the only thing about it that's kind of a pain, but you can pan around with it quite easily. We're going to do this door first and see what's back here. And there's a passageway going down.
In the middle of this chamber is an evil
So this is going to happen 3 times in the starter adventure, where these Sahuagin necromancers are raising the dead that are out all these different, coffins and stuff like that. You can listen to the D&D stuff. Your goal is to kill them and destroy the altar. This is one of the things about having a range class that's so nice, is you can hit them from here. So by the time he comes in range, as long as you aim well, you're going to take care of them. Now you got the 2 undead guys running down the hallway as well. You could just stand there and face tank them if you wanted to. Or if you really want to be careful, you could try to, kill them before they get to you. Or switch to your other weapon. Remember the other weapon we talked, we can switch to melee and melee them. If you're playing a fighter or something like that.
But by your hand, you can destroy the altar and prevent that from happening.
So you need to destroy these altars to get the things you need to progress.
A magical crest appears from the destroyed altar. If you take it with you, it may be useful later.
Because there's 3 of these in this adventure to find that will open a doorway to let you get to the last room. So there's 3 of these little altars. That's the first one. And we're going to have some random cultists around here too. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is another situation where I can get him on target, but this guy doesn't highlight his target. But I'm actually going to deal with him first and just start popping him. It actually hit the guy that's targeted instead. So it's like aim assisting this guy. Now the other one doesn't see me. But you can do this. You can aim right over their head. There you go. And then hit him. And once you get him hit, usually you'll wake him up. It's hitting the target nearby. Alright, now that he's done being auto-target, we can actually hit him. And that's one thing about ranged weapons in the game that's hilarious, is if you take the time and shoot from max range, you can hit guys and won't even wake up. Okay, this is the thing where...
A barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar. This barrier appears linked to 3 sockets in the wall.
Pretty obvious, right? So we need 3 quests to open this barrier, so we can go in here and finish this room with this altar to devour with these 3 symbols here. We've gotten 1 so far. We got this one, so we'll put that in. Now we've taken some damage. We'll run here and do a little rest shrine real quick. Remember, the gold is resurrection, blue is rest. When you're in here, you can spin the camera around. Anytime you're interacting with something, you can just look around as long as you're in that action camera mode. And this only takes like 15 to 20 seconds. And if you had spells and spell points, it would all be regenerated. So we need to go find the other 2. This wispy marker you saw happening there is the search from the other room with the trap, alerting me to that, even though I've already located it earlier. It's not telling me where to go. It's not like a trail in Guild Wars or something. Okay, got some barred doors there and a door there. This opened automatically. And let's get and if you want a melee dude, you can do that too.
As you slay these foul cultists.
This is a switch that's probably just going to close the door and open the door. And we're going to pop this door open. You can even see ahead of time on the map over here that's going to go down around to another chamber and down around to another chamber. That's going to be very similar to the other down and around chamber that we did that has another
There's
altar.
another Sahuagin. It croaks.
Let's get rid of these.
Wolf Heyton, in life you served the light.
These devourer altars will create a blight of undead upon Korthos. Another crest drops out when you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
And remember, since it's a tutorial level, they're like really explaining the devil of everything. Later on, you'll get in dungeons, you'll be like, oh, gosh, I got to figure out where to go. That's the part that's really fun, is when the dungeon really feels like a Dungeon Master's created dungeon or module where you don't know where to go and it's not holding your hand and telling you what to do all the time.
Glimmers in the dark passage here.
So we don't have sneak attack or anything like that. Let's see how close we can get this guy just for fun. We're going to sneak over here. We don't have a lot of hide. There's no arrow saying that he sees us. Yeah, we'll grab this. This is another tutorial about slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing.
Though rusty, this longsword is still sharp.
We don't really need
It's a
that.
slashing weapon.
This is the last
Perfect for
room for the last
slicing
crest.
putrid zombie flesh, but there's a Sahuagin in here.
Now, if you run to the room, they're all going to rush up to you and start meleeing you, right? So you could do this as a melee fight if you wanted to.
Rise to my
The Sahuagin were using this fire. The altar collapses. A third crest appears. It glows.
If you don't want to cheese it with the bow, that is. Melee's fun. I enjoy it. A couple classes have area effect abilities. Remember, you'll be able to multi-class eventually, so you aren't going to be locked into just playing one class to the max level. The game is extremely robust. And even though this seems like really dumbed down tutorial stuff, some of the adventures I run from like level 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, even on further, are they're really fun. They really hit the spot for when you're missing playing D&D with your friends. So we got 2 more of these. There's one. Here's the other one. You don't have to select them from your inventory or anything.
And the magic
Now,
shield dissipates.
this area here, oh, it's too late.
spits out in a venomous voice.
What you can do is, if you are worried about being killed, you can just back away kiting, but remember, as we move, our chance to hit drops. We'll switch to melee.
Sahuagin said,
Get rid of that inventory menu.
Dead hero of Heyton blood.
I'll switch back to the bow.
The devourer's teeth.
So this guy's on the other side of this altar. So you could just pop him from here. So we're going to pop the main guy and not worry about the zombie. Huh. So we're hitting him and hitting the altar too. There, he's dead. This is Heyton. Didn't quite make it. This is the last room. Now, once again, you got to destroy these altars. And if you've forgotten what to do, destroy the final altars up here in the lower right corner. Prevent Heyton's remains from being desecrated by undeath. That was optional.
Your bones saved Korthos.
There, we're done.
The Sahuagin's fell scheme to
Leveling.
naught.
So you saw this big like leveling, celebration visual
Now
effect.
yours.
It says I'm level 1. This says I'm rank 4 down here at the bottom. I have 2,409 experience of 3,200. And you got these pips over here. So the way they handle it is each pip is you filling up this bar. You fill up this bar, it goes to the next rank of the same level. So this is like rank 1, rank 2. I'm currently in the rank 3 area with so much experience towards the next rank. When you get these completed, you can then go to a trainer and level up where you get more feats and skills and more hit points, all that kind of business. So you're kind of like leveling up in subdivisions, I guess you would call it, right? You need a total of 3,200, but it's broken up into pieces. Why is that? You'll see when we get out of the dungeon, there's a thing called, you can see this up here, right? Action points. Action points are part of an enhancement system, which is like a talent tree, like you would see in World of Warcraft, where you could pick, Arcane Archer, Deepwood Stalker, or Tempest Ranger. In some situations, you have even more options, or Wood Elf racials, and you put points to these things. And there's some of them are behind a level requirement. You know, like this requires level 2, so many points applied to the tree. In essence, it's a talent tree, and there's no limit to what you can do. Let's get this done. This will be loud. I'm just going to take everything and we'll take a look at it. What did we get? We got some boots. We don't have any. Seeker and Swim. Okay, that's interesting. You can read it a little carefully. +1 enhancement bonus to confirm critical hits and damage before multiplier on critical hits. Switch to our melee weapon. Our range is 18 to 20 still. Okay, let's go back to our bow. It's always worthwhile at the very end. Like, okay, what can we do about these? Is there anything in here? Any of these? So usually it's all RNG. You don't know what you're going to get. Nope, nothing. Last one. Okay, so you completed it. There's nothing else to do. So you just go up to here and then hit finish, and it'll ask you, do you want to leave? And you can say yes. And it has like a cast time in case you change your mind at the last second. You're like, oh crap, I didn't mean to leave. I missed a chest, which happens. And then we're going to hand it in, and you'll get to choose from reward. So that's the basic formula. You know, you're doing instances either by yourself with hirelings or with your friends. You can repeat them. Once you've completed a 1 skill level, you can do it at a higher skill level. So I can sit here and repeat this all day long if I wanted to, right? So let's do this. Should give you a reward. I already got these rewards before. I'm already wearing this. You can just take this and sell it, right? And that's one of the more basic ones to get started.